never been in a relationship. Let's just put that right out on the table, cards on the table. So I think some people will be thinking, how does she know what she's talking about if she's never been in a relationship? She's talking shit. She don't know what she's talking about. Okay, so but for myself, when it comes to relationships, I have learned a lot, because I haven't had official relationships, but I've been seeing people, and I do not want to see people anymore. Put it that way. I have looked at the way that like young people as a generation are dating, and it's not something that I want to get into, because dating as a young person is just chilling, and that's not me. There are some people that are happy not doing anything and just kind of having a casual lie down date, whatever, just chilled, go to the park type thing. But me, I want to be taken on dates. Of course I want to be taken on dates. Who wouldn't want to be taken on a date? And I think that sometimes, obviously, when you start seeing somebody and you've passed a line where, like, whether you've slept with them, whether you're just too comfortable with them, whether you've been seeing each other for ages, and you get past that, like, barrier of, I'm not going to try any harder because I've already got that person, or I'm already kind of seeing her and she's not going to really see anybody else. I think that can be quite dangerous. You end up in a situation where it's just lazy. It's not a relationship, it's being lazy. A relationship requires effort every day. And if you are not willing to put in any effort, then you shouldn't be in a relationship. A relationship requires a type of effort. It's not even written in the handbook. It's just what you feel to do. I believe that people will do what they want to do. I don't believe that anybody should be forced to do something or to go somewhere. You want to do something, do it. You want to speak to me, speak to me. You want to come and pick me up, come and pick me up. But don't like have this facade of I'm busy, or I'm not sure, I'm not ready for it. Because I believe that if you really like somebody, or if you really want to do something, you will do it. There's no, oh, you know me, I don't do those things, or I don't want to go out, or I'm tired. It's, do you know what? I really like this girl. My tiredness on the line for that girl. I'm going to make her feel special, because there have been countless times that I've gone out of my way to make whichever guy it is feel better about himself, or I've gone out of my way to do something for him, and not once in a sense that, well, I can't really say that, maybe a couple of times has somebody gone out of their way to do something for me, but I mean like really thought about that person's feelings and thought, do you know what, that person's working late, I'm going to go see them, or do you know what, that person really loves Haribos, I'm going to go bring them some Haribos, or that person's sick, let me go bring them some tissues and some, vapor rub, or do you know what I mean? There's not been many times when somebody has actually put me first and thought, do you know what, I'm going to do this because this girl is special to me and I want to make her happy. I want to surprise her. I want to do something special for her. I want to show her what she means to me. There has been rare times where somebody has done that, and before I was just thinking to myself, oh, do you know what, if I continue doing it for them, I never expect it back, but I think maybe my example of the way that I'm expressing myself to them will kind of rub off on them, and then they'll start treating me the way I want it to be treated, instead of actually thinking to myself, why am I making up excuses for somebody who clearly is not serious about me? Because I'm trying so hard to hang on to something that person clearly does not want to hang on to. But because I'm giving them love, affection, intimacy, or whatever under those lines, and it's all kind of easy because I'm quite an easygoing girl, and he doesn't have to do anything like work really hard at trying to get me to go on a date or get me to go and see him, because I'm like, yeah babe, I'll go see you, I'll do this, I'll do that, anything you want babe, I'll rub your feet, like, because it's easy in that sense. It's like, oh, do you know what, I don't have to do anything. She doesn't want anything. She's not making it difficult for me. She's not doing anything that suggests that she's unhappy. She's just going with the flow. The flow stops. The flow stops here. When I went away, I went on the most amazing trip. I went to Antigua, and like everybody there was so kind and so nice. And I went with a group of people that I didn't know, because I was travelling with somebody on staff travel to there, and everybody just said, "You're so beautiful, Kalia. You're so beautiful. You're so kind. You're so lovely to speak to. We have such deep conversations. I can talk to you about anything." These people I've just met. I had the bar staff, you know, all the other beautiful black girls that were tending the bar that I was having such lovely conversations with, you know. They said to me, "Oh, you're so gorgeous, you're so," and I was just thinking, really? Why are so many people saying this to me? And you know, you shouldn't actually need validation from other people to make you feel comfortable in who you are. It just kind of lit up a fire in me, and I thought to myself, do you know what? I'm not going to be treated any less than what I'm worth. And I'm not going to let somebody manipulate me into thinking that their low substandard behaviour and effort is what I want. Or they're the only person that they think that is going to be interested in me, because they don't think that I can speak to anybody else. They don't think that anybody else would be interested in me. You know, that type of mental manipulation is so toxic for not only your soul, but your mental health, your well-being. And I think that letting go to those types of feelings and thinking to yourself, do you know what? Instead of thinking, what does that person want? What do you want? What do you want, Kalia? Where do you want to go? What do you want for yourself? What type of person do you want? Sometimes I think to myself, do you know, the people that I may have seen in the past, like, they don't even know my last name. Like, not out of, oh, it was just like, you know, that not like I've had one night stands. I just mean, like, you could be around somebody and you don't actually know them. You could be just going on random dates here and there and sleeping with each other, but you don't know each other. You know, like, when's their birthday? Like, what country do they come from? What do they like to do? What's their favourite food? What's their favourite colour? What are their hobbies? What do they really, really enjoy doing? It's not that deep with them. And so for me, I want to be deep with somebody. I want someone to want to speak to me. I want somebody to want to understand me. I want somebody to want to learn more from me. I want to learn from somebody. I want somebody to fascinate me, to take me in to places I've never been before, to explore things with me, to have conversations with me that, you know, are out of this world, just to care. You know, it doesn't, and you know, boys, or some people act like it's so difficult. You know, most of the stuff that I've done for people have been effortless, and it's not because it's a difficult thing to do, it's just because I care. If you're sick, I'm going to ask if you're alright. Or I'll take you some medicine, or take you to the hospital. You know, if you're hungry, we can go out and get some food, or I'll bring you some food, or we can make food. Like, it's so generally easy. It should be so easy to be with somebody. Like, there should be no question about it. There should be no difficult. It shouldn't be awkward. There should be no, oh, I can't, there's no conversation. It's just effortless. I love being around this person because that person makes me feel good, and that person, you know, makes an effort when I'm there, and that person makes sure that I'm happy, and that person cares about how I'm feeling. You know, it's not just oh yeah, we're just gonna see each other and see where it goes. No, it's 2019. Nobody wants to see where it goes anymore. It's either something or it's not. Like, look at what titles are, or speak about commitment. It's questionable to people, because people don't think that they want to be committed, because, you know, life's a movie and man needs to just get money. Like, no. No. And you know what? Sometimes it doesn't even come down to being in a relationship with somebody. Sometimes it's just having a good friend. A good friend. And, you know, the best relationships come out of friendships. Best ones, because if that person knows you and you get on so well as friends that, you know, relationship is just a plus, because it's like marriage. It's like being with your best friend all the time, but also loving your best friend. So that type of love is, you know, I don't know, but I'm guessing indescribable. I'm very happy right now being me and learning about me and learning about what I want. If somebody makes an effort, then I'll think about it, but I'm not in a rush to prove that I'm good enough to be in a relationship with somebody. You either respect and value me enough to want to pursue something more with me and take it seriously, or you don't. And it's okay if you don't. But I'm tired of, like, entertaining rubbish and just thinking about rubbish and, you know, thinking about going to see people that are boring me or don't have any job aspiration, money or life. Like, you know, what is that? Where, like, what do we do as women that put us in that rut? It's called love. It's a fucked up thing. Yeah, so I think with relationships, if you don't love yourself, your relationship's a disaster and you're just gonna go south for the winter, and it's just not gonna work. So love yourself, learn about yourself, and figure out what you want. Because once you know what you want, once you know what type of person you want to be with, once you know what type of relationship you want, where you want to be in a couple of years, you know, once you know all those things, all of those questions regarding a relationship, that is when you can figure out whether you want to be in one or not. Cuba, please. Take time. When do you tell somebody you love them? Are relationships important to you? How do you know when a relationship is over? Sorry, I'm reading these. I definitely am. Have you ever been in love? What are the negative effects of love? When do you introduce your family to your partner? Do you know what? Those questions are just questions I wrote down because I was doing a TV series. But like, those are the types of questions that sometimes I think about in my head and I think, I don't know. Because you never really do know those questions, you just feel them. But your morals and the way you've been brought up will determine some of them. Like, for example, what type of responsibilities do you hold in a relationship? That is up to you. And that will be determined within the type of person you are.